Okay. Shall we start the class now? Okay. We will start the class now. Sorry for the very late discussion of today, because due to some technical issues, I have to start the class now only. Sorry for the delay. Okay. So the day 22 plan is based on miscellaneous topics which are common to both prelims and mains point of view, we can say. So I have asked about the Bhakti movement regarding Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the question is about the Bhakti movement received a remarkable reorientation with the advent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussed. So it is a very direct question, but you have to mention about the reorientation of his advent. That's all. Okay, when he arrived in the Bhakti movement during early 16th century. So what are all the emphasis he has made on in a newer way than the prior Bhakti movement? Okay, so we can say here we have to mention the question, or we have to give the question in terms of three structures. The first one should be about, that is introduction should be about the appraisal of the Bhakti movement, or how the emergence of Bhakti movement have started, or what we can say, it should emphasize the importance of Bhakti movement, because Bhakti movement is nothing but, we can say, it promotes equality in all, and it promotes Bhakti, that is salvation to God in terms of knowledge and humanity, and not in terms of any spiritual practices, spiritual or any religious practices. Okay, so that should be the part of the question in the introduction. And second part should be about the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is what are all the areas he had covered, and in what way, what is his unique way of that is, we can say, what is his school of thought which makes difference from the other Bhakti movement. Okay, so he is also what we can say, follower of Vaishnavism only, but he has his own unique features in promoting bhakti, or we can say in attaining salvation to God. Okay, so the first introduction should be about this small introduction on Bhakti movement. Okay, about medieval era where the Bhakti movement gets started. And the next one should be about the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we can say he started his journey only in the early 16th century. So from Eastern India, in Eastern India only has started his Bhakti movement. So he is a Vaishnavite saint only. But what we can say, the people who are his disciples, or who are his followers, recognized him, or we can say they considered him as the incarnation of Lord Krishna. Okay, so that much influence he had on his disciples and as well as followers, we can say. So always we know the Bhakti movement relied on the equality of people. That is the main what we can say, the main cause, or the main root of the Bhakti movement is Bhakti movement is to abolish or to eliminate the Brahmanical dominance in attaining salvation to God, and to change the Varna system in terms of equality contribution, or we can say in terms of attaining equality in all human through the love and love and devotion. Okay, so he too preached love, compassion, and non-violence. So and then we can say he is a Brahmin and he is a Vaishnavite saint, but he condemned the caste system, because we know Bhakti movement purely abolished the Brahmanical dominance. Okay, in attaining God. And also we can say his unique way is attaining God is through music, art forms, music and dance. Okay, so this is his reorientation, we can say. His simplicity and serenity are seen in these teachings. All the people, that is, we can say, from the lower caste to the higher caste, loved his preachings. Okay, so and he attracted more of the lower caste people, we can say, because he condemned the caste differentiation, no. So that's why. And we can say his own way of attaining salvation towards God through music and dance forms. Okay, so this makes a different note towards Bhakti movement, we can say. Okay, and also we can say his way of preaching Bhakti movement through chants also. Okay, till now we can say, we can see his teachings throughout the world through the ISKCON movement. Okay, wherever you go to India, we can say either Maharashtra or any in eastern part of the India, we can see the chant and dance forms in Bhakti movement. This is because of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's contribution, reorientation towards the Bhakti movement. So we can say no discrimination even in terms of sex and or gender. Okay, so gender equality has been contributed by him, and also art forms plays a significant role when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started propagating a new form of Bhakti movement. So we can say till now, his school of thought called Gaudiya school of thought has been famous towards throughout the world. We can say across the world. Okay. So this is because of his contribution towards the Bhakti movement in terms of equality, no discrimination, even in terms of gender, and also chant forms and contribution towards art forms like music and dance. Okay, as I have mentioned in the points, key points. Please go through this. Okay. So we can say his main contribution is about the conclusion should be of whether his Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's contribution is still relevant in India, and how he is remembered. So we have to write the conclusion in terms of significance of his contribution towards Bhakti movement till today. So we can say through ISKCON movement everywhere in the world, across the world, we can see his secular teachings, equality in humankind, in attaining salvation towards God. Okay, that's all. So the second question is about judo mission. This is also a very direct question. So we can say, how does the judo mission of NASA help to understand the origin and evolution of the Earth? Okay, this is a very, very direct question. The judo mission, that is exploring Jupiter, the great giant planet, we can say, had strike the human's mind, we can say, has stroked the human's mind only after 1995 Galileo mission. Okay, so since 1995 Galileo mission, we can say USA has a huge passion towards exploring Jupiter. Okay, and we can say this largest mission, that is Juno mission, and the very, very important part of Juno mission is the eco-friendly method. Solar powered spacecraft has been used. Okay, so how, where the Juno mission, that is we can say in what way Juno mission helps to understand the origin and evolution of the Earth by exploring its North Pole, South Pole. Both are very different. Okay, so this is a very, very direct question. So you have to read this question from the Hindu article, or we can say the best website to read about this Juno mission of NASA is nothing but NASA website only. Okay, you can get more points in understanding the origin and evolution of the Earth. So we can say recently the Great Red Spot has to be explored by Juno Cam, which is a part of Juno mission. Okay, so this mission has started in 2016. Okay, so it is NASA solar powered spacecraft. It unveiled many what we can say curious theories about the Earth. So after exploring everything, they have to, after exploring each and everything, okay, we can say not each and everything, in a step-by-step manner, NASA unveiled many truths. That is, they were based on the what we can say, based on the elements present in the uh, Jupiter. They have been telling that Jupiter may be the first planet to be formed in the solar system. Okay, so we can see the ammonia clouds, which signifies the presence of the hydrogen. So in this question, it is a very, very direct question. Just a brief account on the introduction. That is where the probe for Juno, that is Jupiter, has started, and the conclusion should be its scope in the future world. That's all. Okay, the body part should consist of the relevant points which should be memorized. This question is more of your memory capacity, so you have to memorize all the points. Okay, which should be by hearted in terms. Okay, through the through reading or going through the NASA's website. Please make a note of this Juno mission too, because it has its long way to go. Okay, and India is also having a plan, no? So that's why. So the most intense magnetic field has been seen in the solar system, and also they are telling that the components which are present in Jupiter has not been found even in the solar system. So that's why they have very clear idea that it may be the first planet to be formed. Okay, and it has magnetic field beyond what they expected, and also the lines are very irregular in shape. Okay, and also we can say they found the abundance of water than expected their model in theory. That is, theoretically we can say more water, abundance of water were there, because 1995 Galileo mission has started with abundance of water only, you know. So that's why humans have more curiosity towards exploring Jupiter. Okay, and they are telling that the water in the Mars have been absorbing certain wavelengths of microwaves. That is where we can say our ovens were designed to heat the food. Those wavelengths match with the wavelengths which are absorbed by the water, so we can say the life system can be seen even in Jupiter, maybe. Okay, and their circumpolar cyclones were different. Okay, and what we can say, their magnetic field lines were irregular in shape, so they are lot to go. They have, that is a Juno mission has a very long way to go to explore more about the Jupiter. So from these incidences we can say, through the abundance of more water elements which are not seen in the solar system, and we can say their magnetosphere is different. Okay, their magnetic field is more stronger than they expected. These are all the things which helps to unveil certain factors about the origin and evolution of the earth. So like we can say, that is Jupiter may be the first planet to be the first formed. Okay, so these are all the curious theories which have evident proof now. Okay, which were unveiled about the origin and evolution of the earth. Okay, and we can say now the Juno mission, that is NASA solar powered Juno mission, has been studying the great red spot and its interaction in a great detail through the Juno cam. Okay, more way to go, we can say we should update our Juno mission, NASA's Juno mission, then and there, based upon the, what we can say, based upon the revelations given by NASA. Okay, so this is a very very direct question. So the first, the introduction, this question consists of three parts. The first introduction part should be starting from the Galileo mission, and the ending should be of the scope. Okay, that is through the reading of great red spot, and the body part should contains the elements which are relevant to the origin and evolution of the earth. That's all. Okay, this is very clear, evident while you read about NASA's Juno mission from the NASA website directly. Okay, so then we will move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is on ethics. Okay, this is a very very simple question, which is a 2020 mains question. So discuss the role of the ethics and values in enhancing the following three major components of comprehensive national power. So though maybe for the beginners, or even the what we can say, aspirants who are senior aspirants, we can say while seeing this question at first they may get shocked, because through in ethics question they are asking about three components of comprehensive national power. So what is this, a different term they have given? But it is a very very simple question. Just you have to say about the link role of the ethics and values in human capital. What is the role of ethics and values in human capital? Soft power. Soft power is a culture and the policies which are used. Okay, like diaspora, meeting with the diaspora in other countries. Okay, like that, and informal associations with other countries, promoting their culture in our country. Okay, like these, and social harmony for the welfare of the people. So this question consists of three parts. So you have to divide, this is a very two-page question only, so you have to divide the question into three parts, like in terms of role of ethics and values in human capital, then soft power and social harmony. You can also illustrate with some examples too, like Narendra Modi ji, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi has addressed, had addressed our Indian diaspora wherever he goes, like USA, Canada. Okay, so like this also you can illustrate some examples too. Okay, it's your well and wish. It is more of your perspective. So just give a introduction about how the ethics and values will promote these three important components. Okay, so then we have to give each and every heading with a very proper explanation. Like human capital, we can say certain values. Okay, again and I am telling you that please read the syllabus daily. to get more points about to get more relevant terms regarding ethics. So we can say the ethics values forms the basis for everything, no? So a selfless behavior society which shapes the individual. We can say an individual is the basic unit of a nation. So they will become a nation builder on promoting ethics and values in their life in every walks of life. In every walks of life, we can say either in profession or in personal life or in any kind of meetings. Okay, like meet at a survival, we can say our business or peer relationship, like this we can say. So ethics play a very great role in molding a human behavior. Okay, this will promote the human resource in a greater manner through, we can say, how it can be promoted means through education system, we can say, because this is a very need of a hour. Wait a minute. This is the need of the hour because now terrorism and rape culture has been emerges in a lot, in a huge manner, no? So this is a way through inculcating ethical values in personal life to promote the human capital can reduce all those nuances, we can say. Okay. In terms of soft power, we can say than hard power like military or the defense security, dialogue, culture norms, and we can having interaction with the diaspora in other countries. Okay, this will lead to a very great very bond, or we can say it's like a track 3 diplomacy. Okay, having a very informal communication with the people than formal communication, and informal communication with the people through their culture, through promoting their culture, and having a policy which is very flexible in terms of culture and practice will hold, will give a very brotherhood feeling, or we can say it will promote a fraternity among the nations. This will reduce the tension across the borders. Okay, for example, like border hats, informal associations, and promoting their culture and values in our country, like these kind of, or addressing the diaspora. Okay, these will reduce the activities which are against the state, or we can say against a certain section of the people. So social harmony, we can say each and every individual is a nation builder. So through inculcation of these ethical values, all the violent activities, or we can say which are against the state, which are considered as a crime, will be reduced on promoting ethical values in human capital, as well as through the soft power, which is more of international relations. Social harmony can be attained uh, as a goal of sustainable development goal itself. Okay, as mentioned in sustainable development goal 16, reduced inequalities. Okay, so the social harmony can be attained through reducing inequalities in all the sectors. Okay, so this can be attained only through what we can say, through a proper constitution, through a proper legislation and policies which are equated by the nation. Okay, so that's all. The conclusion should be of a holistic one. That is, we can conclude it with a sustainable development goal, like a mass harmonial movement should be promoted. Okay, through promoting all these three components for a what we can say, three components of the nation, like human capital, social harmony, and soft power. Okay, so first human capital, the next stage is about soft power, and third stage is about social harmony. So this is a step by step manner to get social harmony in a mass manner across the world. Okay, so this is your own perspective. You can also add even more points and examples based on your opinion. So next we will go to day 23 discussion. So this is a very direct question which is environment based, because we are seeing we are emphasizing on most we are emphasizing the common topics most on history, environment, and polity. Okay, so we can say because those three subjects covers more marks in prelims as well as in mains. That's why, as we are in the heat of the moment for the prelims preparation, so the ethics has been replaced, as I already told in the day 2 itself, as suggestions given from student. So these topics have been replaced by the miscellaneous topics under common topics of prelims and mains. Okay, so this is a very direct question. Assess the impact of global warming on the coral life system with examples. So this question It's a very, very easy question to answer. So you have to give the answer in two parts. So first one is about the impact of the global warming on coral reef ecosystem and its significance in maintaining the coral reef, and that is maintaining the what we can say, controlling the global warming and its significance in controlling the global warming. So we can say coral reef ecosystem, they are act as the shock absorbers. Okay, and we can say ocean where its habitat or can be called as the carbon sink, because world's more than 50 percentage of the carbon dioxide has been stored in the ocean only through the life system, through the life supporting system in the marine ecosystem. Okay, so through this only the land ecosystem has been influenced. Okay, based on the normal what we can say, based on maintaining the normal conditions in ocean system only, we can assure the terrestrial ecosystem in a sustainable manner. Okay, so we can say climate change is equal to the ocean change, because we can say if a tsunami hits a nation, hits a border area, hits a coastal area, so even the cultivable land will get degraded into an infertile land. No, so we can say in this way, and the soil content will be having more of salt, and it will reduce the, that is, it will reduce the fertility of the soil. The land will be degraded, and at last it will be converted as a wasteland. No, so at last we can say the climate change influences ocean change, and this ocean change will disrupt everything, that is the whole planet. Okay, we know our earth is a blue planet. Okay, 70% of the area is covered by water only. So that's why if you want to protect the terrestrial ecosystem, we have to first protect the marine ecosystem. So the introduction should be the uh, importance of that is, we can say, ocean in terms of coral reef towards the global warming. So impact of global warming, for this question the IUCN website is the great source for writing the answer. IUCN website, International Union for Conservation of Nature website, is there. No, who is giving the red list of endangered, critically endangered, near threatened or vulnerable categories of wild animals and plants. No, so their website is very, very uh, authenticated source to get a brief and a technical answer. So please rely on IUCN website for this answer. Okay, I assure you, you will get very simple and technical terms which will be very helpful for you to score marks. Please memory this. Please have a go through it, look after it, and we can say please follow it. Okay, please memory, please have a good memory while you are taking notes of these points. So we can say thermal stress, the temperature rise, because corals need very shallow water with normal temperature, not more than 27 degrees Celsius. We can say 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. So rise in temperature will cause coral bleaching, and the coral bleaching also rise the infectious diseases too. And the sea level rise will be there, sedimentation will be more, and this will lead to the smothering of corals too. Okay, storm patterns will get changed. Okay, frequent storms may occur, so this will reduce the balance of the marine ecosystem. Okay, and it will destroy the reef structure too, because coral bleaching itself will destroy the reef structure, and sedimentation means sedimentation or havoc to the coral reef ecosystem. Okay, so changes in precipitation, that is like increased runoff fresh water, sediment. Okay, like these will also lead to the, what we can say, um, and also land based pollutants will also causes disruption in the water cycle. So changes in precipitation would happen, and this will lead to destroy of the coral reefs as well as the adjoining marine life ecosystems. Okay, like crustaceans. Okay, so we can say like example mussels, like these animals will get affected. Okay, who are all relying on the coral reef ecosystem. And altered ocean currents, they will change the connectivity and also the temperature regimes. So if there is a fall or failure of the ocean current system, means the entire, what we can say, the entire cycle will get changed in a country, as well as in a nation too. Okay, we are seeing about El Nino effect, La Nina effect and all, no, which disrupts the whole world. Okay, so we can say algal blooms and also the murky water with the bleaching of corals will also reduce the light, and it will cause destruction of the entire coral reef ecosystem and its adjoining marine lives. And also this will lead to the lack of food for the corals, and the growth of the larvae will get disrupted. Okay, if an individual that is in the larvae stage itself they are getting affected, means there is no way in the maturation stage. So ocean acidification with increased carbon dioxide in the water content, it will increase, it will reduce the pH levels, making the ocean acidified. Okay, we can say triple oppression in the ocean. Okay, rise in temperature, rise in carbon dioxide, and rise in carbon dioxide only causes rise in temperature, and this lead to the reduction in the pH level of the water. Okay, acidity content. Okay, so this will decrease the coral growth as well as the structural integrity, because corals are very sensitive to the changes in environment. They are the key indicators, or we can say they are the keystone species for a marine life ecosystem. They will alarm the environment, okay, about the changes happening around the world. Okay, so we can say the climate change and ocean acidification are cause and effect of the coral destruction of coral reef ecosystem. Okay, just I have given a simple illustration. So these points can also be written in the form of any type of illustration, as I have done already in many answers. You can also choose that format too. Okay, at last give a very small conclusion with the importance of coral reefs in the ecosystem. So this is a very, very direct question. Again, I am telling you that IUCN is a great website for writing this answer. Okay, the next question also very, very direct question based on mangroves. For this also, I will recommend you the IUCN website for writing the answers, because these authenticated source international websites will give you an simple and technical answer. Okay, which attracts an examiner to fetch more marks. Okay, so discuss the causes of, and also we can say more of authenticated source will give you a clear cut answer for everything, even in prelims as well as in mains. Okay, so next question, discuss the causes of depletion of mangroves and explain their importance in maintaining coastal ecology. So we can say this question has two parts. First one is you have to mention about the causes of depletion of mangroves. What are the reasons behind the depletion of mangroves? Second one is about importance of mangroves in maintaining coastal ecology. So you have this is just a two-page question, 10-mark question, not exceeding 150 words. So first page should be covered with the causes of depletion of mangroves, and second page should be covered with the importance of mangroves in maintaining coastal ecology, with a very, very brief introduction and conclusion. That's all. For this also, please rely on IUCN website for getting more authenticated answers, simple and technical answers. If you see all those their meaning, no, with the direct as well as indirect. Okay, explanations. So first one is about, we know mangroves only make up the most productive and biologically diverse ecosystem, and mangroves help in conserving the global warming, that is reducing the global warming through the absorption of more than, we can say, 70% of the carbon dioxide. Okay, so that much capability the mangroves have, because the mangroves have a aerial roots formation, no modification, no nematophores, through which they will respire oxygen. Okay, so they have very different modification, and as well as they live on the marshy waters. Okay, brackish waters, so which is itself a very different and very good indicator for changes happening in the surrounding. Okay, like coral reef ecosystem. So causes of depletion of mangroves, first one is logging. So for the wood, for the collection of wood, that is for economical purposes, locals will rely on logging, no. Okay, so this will lead to reduction in species composition. Okay, we can say the food chain or the food web will get altered. Okay, when the logging was done for the, what we can say, subsistence of the locals. Okay, and this will lead to the disruption in the food chain. Entire ecosystem may get disrupted in a consequent manner. And agriculture, because most of the rice paddies land we are seeing here, no, seeing now, no, they are due to the destruction of forest as well as mangroves. So we can say in countries like Myanmar and all, 88% of the land mangrove loss happened due to the conversion of those mangroves into rice paddies. Okay, we know we need paddy too, but converting a mangrove forest into a rice paddy land is not a um, apt one. Okay, and it is not a judicial one too. Okay, it is a crime against the nature. And aquaculture, so this is also a mode of economy. Okay, so more than half of the mangroves losses globally due to the shrimp culture and as well as fish culture, and the indigenous species will get disrupted and the exotic species will occupy those regions. Due to that, we can say the exotic species always play a greater role in reducing the endemic species, like even plants and animals, causing disruption in their food cycle. Okay, and recently in Kerala also, no, flower and as well as a turtle species, which is exotic, has been blooming everywhere. So please take a note of that. Please read about the relevant topic in biology, okay, in environment, regarding the invasion of species, that is threat to biodiversity. Read the topic, okay, in a wide manner, because UPSC don't always ask the question in a direct format. They will ask about the background. Okay. And next we can say about pollution, because the aerial routes, no, they have their own modification. They will get smothered or they will get clogged with the sediment and solid waste which are released due to the anthropogenic activities, and this will reduce the growth of the mangroves, and finally it will lead to the death of the mangrove forest. Okay, and also oil pollution, a great havoc. Okay, and coastal development, we can say urbanization, degradation of the land, as the human population density has been increasing day by day. Okay, and compared to the decade, it is now 3 times more. Okay, human population density along the coastal areas, because coastal areas are hub for development, industrial development, no. So like port, or we can say any power plant, or we can say any sewage treatment plant or oil plant, everything, or biogas plant, everything comes along the coastal region. They are the rich economic resources. Okay, so this led to the what we can say mangroves, because mangroves are in the eco zone of fresh water and the salt water, no. So they play a very great functional role in maintaining the ecology. Okay, climate change, so sea level rise, increased carbon dioxide, changes in temperature, air, and as well as the rainfall precipitation condition causes local and regional extinctions of certain species, we can say, which relies on the mangroves. Okay, importance, second part is about importance, no. So all these points are from the very authenticated source IUCN. Please, I am reiterating that for a environment topic regarding mains or the prelims, you have to rely on IUCN UN environment. Okay, and our MOE of double C website. Okay, so they helps in water filtration, because they will absorb, they act as the filters for the water. The toxic gases, sediments uh, will get as a residue, and the clean and clear water will be getting through the backwaters, and tourism will get promoted, because always we know along the mangroves the backwaters have a very good site. Okay, with distinct species and serenity. Okay, and also kayaking, fishing, everything is done there. And fisheries, more than 3,000 fish species which are indigenous or endemic, we can say, they are seen in the mangroves. So entire food chain is very important in mangroves, as well as food web. And coastal protection, because we know mangroves act as the shock absorbers of the waves, storm surges, especially, we can say, rather than the gray infrastructure like the breakwaters, we can say the natural coastal protection comes from the mangroves, which act as the um, shock absorbers of the storm surges, and they helps in soil preventing soil erosion to a greater extent, we can say. And livelihoods will get enhanced for the local people who rely on the mangroves and the mangroves adjoining ecosystem, and they provides wood like timber and fuel to a small extent, not like logging. Okay, and next, mangrove ecosystem services, because ecosystem services, we know, please read about ecosystem services in the 12th standard NCERT biology book. Okay, so the services which are given by the natural ecosystem cannot be compensated with the artificial one. Okay, what we can say, for example, if you're sitting under a neem tree in a in your house, this will not give you more benefit than you are sitting in a room with an AC. Okay, so the ecosystem services given by mangroves cannot be compensated by any other artificial ecosystems. So mangroves, we can say, they absorb up to 4 times more carbon dioxide than the terrestrial forest ecosystem, because mangroves, which are present in the ecozone of the of the salt water and the fresh water, so they play a very functional role here. Okay, they act as the niche. Okay, so they helps to reduce the climate change in a greater extent. So that's all very direct question. Okay, so moving on to the final question, ethics question. So this is a very simple question with a deeper meaning. Distinguish between laws and rules. Discuss the role of ethics in formulating them. So laws and rules. So this question has two parts. First, you have to give difference between laws and the rules. Second part, you have to mention the role of the ethics in framing the laws and rules. We can say laws are legal backup. Okay, rules are nothing but for a personal discipline, we can say. Okay, and laws will be regulated and enforced by one authority. Okay, where we cannot escape. But rules are very flexible, no? Okay, and they are set up by the individuals. Okay, for their own discipline. Okay, and they have very higher consequences if it is broken, and this does not have, because as per our convenience we will make the rules. And it is not a teaching tool. The laws are not teaching tool. They are good. They act as the girding, or we can yardstick for a society, we can say. Okay, they keeps order in the society. This is a teaching tool for maintaining personal order. That's all. It's your own will and wish to have rules in life or not. Okay, rules are nothing but like a boring thing. They are just for the liberty of others as well as us. Okay, so we can say rules and laws are the subset of the ethical values. So what are the rules? What is the role of the ethics in formulating rules and laws? Means we know ethical values only form the basis for everything here in the nation. So ethical values have are indispensable and inevitable in framing rules and laws. So we can say only the personal order, that is not stealing others. Okay, like these personal order, that is rules only, have become as a law, like not committing crime. Okay, not infringing upon the freedom of others. Okay, we are having fundamental rights, fundamental duties. Okay, in order to ensure that everyone is equal in this country, everyone has their own desires, but everything can be achieved with a limited level under a guidance. Okay, so we can say they form the basic essence of a nation as a whole. Okay, especially we can say both the rules and the laws have a very common pillar, like respect and equality. Okay, which one has a legal backup and which does not have, which is based on their convenience, personal convenience. So we can say both the rules and the laws which are framed based on the ethical values. We can say any country's constitutions, they are based on their own ethical values. Okay, which are accepted by their society. Okay, so with the notion of respect and equality. Okay, so as long as the liberty, fraternity and sovereignty exist in a state, rules and laws made from the ethical values will be inevitable. So this is my opinion. You can also explain about the rules and laws with some examples too, like I have told a stealing example, no? So you can illustrate in any form. Okay, so that's all for today's class. We have come to the end of the session. We will again meet tomorrow with another 3 set of questions. So I know you are in the heat moment of preparing for the prelims examination. Please concentrate on mains too. Just 3 questions a day will make you simpler, because these are the topics which will be where you have to study in a vast manner, which are very much useful for the prelims too. So okay, we will end up the session now. Thank you.